The mirror of the infinite. What if the universe is alive? What if every thought, every sound, and every heartbeat is part of a vast, conscious vibration, a living field thinking itself into existence? Physicist, inventor, and mystic Itzhak Bentov believed it was so. He saw creation not as a divine accident, but as a precise, elegant system, a symphony of energy and awareness unfolding through time. He called it the mechanics of consciousness, the architecture behind the illusion, the rhythm through which God dreams the world. And in his vision, you are not a bystander to this creation. You are the very process by which it unfolds. Peace begins the moment you stop trying to swim against the tide and allow the river to carry you home. The mechanics of the universe. Bentov's model begins with a simple premise. Everything vibrates. From the smallest quantum fluctuation to the rotation of galaxies, all existence is movement, a dance of oscillating energy. Consciousness, he said, is not an emergent property of matter. Matter is a property of consciousness. Every particle, every atom, is a frozen note in an infinite field of vibration. The universe is not made of things. It is made of awareness taking form. Bentov called this a standing wave of consciousness, a self-reflective oscillation in which the universe experiences itself from every possible angle. You, your body, your thoughts, your emotions are all wave patterns within that field. You are consciousness exploring itself in human form. The holographic self. Bentov's insight was radical for his time. The universe is holographic. Every fragment of existence contains the information of the whole. Your consciousness is not separate from the cosmos. It is a miniature reflection of it. Just as a hologram reveals the entire image, in every shard of its light, so too does every human being contain the essence of the entire universe. When you look inward, you are literally looking into the infinite. Bentov described the human being as a tuning instrument for cosmic awareness, a resonator designed to perceive the symphony of creation. When your mind is quiet, you begin to sense the rhythm of that greater field. You begin to feel the pulse of the universe itself, the evolution of consciousness. For Bentov, evolution was not random. It was the awakening of consciousness. Through matter, through life, through mind. The universe, he said, is like a vast school, and each form of life is a classroom, through which awareness learns to know itself. The mineral sleeps, the plant dreams, the animal moves, the human awakens, and through the human being, the universe begins to reflect upon itself, to ask the great questions. Who am I? What is this? Why do I exist? These are not human questions. They are the universe asking about its own nature. Every act of curiosity, every insight, every creative spark is a step in that cosmic evolution, a tiny flicker of the infinite, realizing its own depth, the architecture of the divine. Bentov's brilliance lay in his ability to unite science, mysticism, and consciousness into one seamless vision. He proposed that consciousness expands in rhythmic cycles, like waves rising and falling upon an eternal ocean. As awareness grows, it begins to vibrate at higher frequencies, until, eventually, it transcends the illusion of individuality and merges back into the source from which it came. This is the great breathing of the cosmos, outward into multiplicity, inward into unity. The Big Bang was not a single explosion. It was the first exhalation of God, and every act of awakening, every moment of love, is part of the great inhalation, the return, the observer and the observed. Bentov often said that creation is not out there. It happens through the act of observation. Consciousness does not merely watch reality, it generates it. When you observe, you participate. When you perceive, you create. This is why ancient mystics spoke of Maya, the illusion of form, and why quantum physicists speak of the observer effect. They were describing the same truth, in different languages. You are not separate from the universe you experience. You are the interface between the infinite and the finite, a bridge through which spirit becomes matter, and matter remembers its source. Bentov saw meditation as the tuning of that bridge, a means to align the human nervous system with the larger rhythm of the cosmos. In that stillness, you can feel the pulse of creation and know, without words, that you are both the dream and the dreamer. The symphony of creation. Bentov's universe is not mechanical, it is musical. Every being, every planet, every atom plays its part in a vast cosmic orchestra. Each note resonates with all others through harmonic vibration. When consciousness expands, it begins to hear this symphony. You begin to sense that everything is alive, not metaphorically, but literally. The trees are breathing the same energy as you. The stars are singing the same frequency. The rhythm of your heart is the same pulse that moves galaxies. And when you realize this, the illusion of isolation dissolves. You understand what Bentov called the joy of participation, the ecstasy of knowing that the infinite is playing through you. The return to the source. As awareness continues to evolve, Bentov saw the human species itself moving toward a higher state, a collective awakening of consciousness. Humanity, he said, is a transitional form. We are the bridge between biological life and pure awareness. Our destiny is not to dominate nature, but to harmonize with it, to become conscious co-creators within the living field of the universe. Bentov called this state cosmic consciousness. It is not an escape from the physical, but a deep union with it, a realization that spirit and matter were never separate to begin with. The purpose of existence, he wrote, is not to escape the game, but to play it consciously, to awaken in the dream and recognize the dreamer. The Great Awakening. So what is a brief tour of higher consciousness? It is not a map to heaven. It is a user's manual for the universe. Itzhak Bentov gave us a vision in which science meets mysticism, matter meets spirit, and humanity rediscovers its divine role. In the mechanics of creation, you are not a mistake of evolution. You are its masterpiece, a wave of consciousness rising toward remembrance. The atoms of your body were born in stars. The thoughts in your mind are patterns of cosmic light, and the awareness hearing these words right now is the same awareness that dreamt the universe into being. In every vibration, in every breath, in every quiet moment of stillness, the universe is awakening to itself through you. You are not learning about creation. You are creation, conscious, luminous, and alive. Bentov's message is not merely philosophical. It is deeply personal. Wake up and see that you are already infinite. The great work is complete, and you are its living proof.